Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. Plenty of news out there in terms of West Ham and looking forward to the summer and some of the exciting things and some of the potential things that may go on in the next few months building up to the summer transfer window. Some of the big news out today that was come out from the club, you would assume that someone like David Sullivan has leaked this on purpose, is that Declan Rice has been offered an 8 years, yes, 8-year deal on £200,000 a week. Listen, it sounds good, doesn't it? Listen, to me and you know, the mere paupers of this world, you offer me 200 grand a week for 8 years. I'm skipping around with my Armani suit, doing laps of Benfleet. But for a footballer of Declan Rice's ambition and what he wants to achieve as a footballer, 8 years at West Ham with nothing to show in terms of they're backing his ambition in terms of the players they're buying, you're not going to sign that deal. I don't think any player would sign that deal, of that calibre. An England player who, has got a price tag around him of 100, 150 million. He's seen his friends like Jack Grealish go for 100 million on 200 grand a week. Probably someone like Mason Mount is probably on them high sort of, 85s at Chelsea, if not more now. So, it's a ridiculous deal. It looks good. It looks good in the press. Oh, he's turned down 200 grand a week with inflation. But no, it's a non-starter. We have to get Declan Rice to sign a deal straight away. You have to reduce the years straight away. But you've got to show him what we're going to do. And that starts this summer transfer window. I really do have good belief. I go like that with Rice in terms of whether he's going to stay or go. It's a bit of a roller coaster. At the moment, I do believe he will stay, barring massive bid. And I'm talking £120 million plus. But this summer is, for me, what will be the one that goes, and I'm talking, you go and buy a Lingard, you go and buy a fantastic striker, and you really go and buy some players to beef that team up to, really solidify itself as a top 7 team. I'm not going to say top 6, say top 7, best of the rest, and really continue to, stay around them top places, get in Europe, maybe qualify for Europe again next the season after next. It's a massive, massive summer, this one. It really, really is. Do I blame him? No, I don't blame him. He's an ambitious guy, and I think it would have been easier for him to have left the club this summer. Me and my pal was having this discussion in work today. He said, he goes, if Hughes would have gone on and won that Europa League, Declan Rice could have left, as a hero, head held high, nothing to prove. Might have wanted to play in the Champions League with us potentially, but now maybe he thinks, actually, one more year. Not to say that if a bid came in and it was accepted, he wouldn't go. I don't think he would stay, I'm going to stay at West Ham because I want to prove something here. If a bid was accepted, he'd be gone tomorrow. But, yeah, I think he stays. The contract thing, it's up to West Ham to show him what we're going to do. And, it's up to them to show, look, we can meet your ambitions for another year. I think we could keep him here for another 2 years if we really went and bought some decent players in and really showed intent. We've got to flex our muscles a little bit now. It's a key point, and this is what you get with these big players. You get this opportunity. But yeah, that's my opinion on that one. Other news, Alfonso Areola. There was loads of news, ifs and buts, about, it won't go through. We probably won't sign him because there was a bit of concern about his wages. Really, really big wages. Obviously, PSG can afford to pay a third choice goalie 120, 130 grand a week, whatever you believe. So some say 145 grand a week, I'm not sure. But the news coming out today is that PSG are prepared to subsidise the rest of his contract. So, for example, if West Ham go, okay, Alfonso, you're on 75 grand a week, they will cover the remaining 75, 80 grand, whatever it is, whatever you believe he's on, which is good news. I really, really wanted Areola in the summer. I was impressed with him at Fulham. And I really did believe that he might be our number one by this time, But unfortunately, obviously Fabianski, not unfortunately, because Fabianski's had a good season. Starting to wane off a little bit, Fabianski. A few little mistakes are starting to creep in there. Not saying that I don't want him to stay at the club. I think, Fab has got a role to play. Again, especially, I think if Man City beat Wolves tonight, we're more or less guaranteed 7th, which will be Europa Conference. And there's still a huge, huge chance that we may get Europa League, and there is a place still for Fabs. I think Areola is a step up. He's your goalkeeper for another 5-6 years. Fantastic shot stopper. And one thing he has over Fabianski is his distribution. He's quick in that distribution. Something that lets Fabianski down when we need the quick counter-attack. Areola is really, really good at that. And I really, really hope this goes through. And I hope that this is the point that Moyes needed to push this one through. I would have been a bit disappointed with Sam Johnson, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have minded Nick Pope. I think Nick Pope's a fantastic goalie, but Areola, I've been impressed with him nearly every time he's played for West Ham. It's only been, the goals he's conceded, absolute worldie, in that Europa League game when the kids were playing. Really good goal against Seville at their ground, and the games against Frankfurt. Obviously, it was just a little bit better than us, and it wasn't really goalkeeping errors that led to the goals, and that's one thing that sticks in my mind. I think he's a fantastic goalie and an absolute no-brainer for me. Absolute no-brainer. A few other rumours. Obviously, Ollie Watkins has been listed as our number one target as a striker. Really, really like the guy. Moyes wanted him a couple of years ago when he was at Brentford. I like him. Suits everything we do. Link-up play. Has got goals in him. I see a fair argument from a few channels about, not a 20-goal season, a striker. They don't exist anymore. They really don't. The wingers banging with a goal down. Our top goal scorer this season is Bowen, a right winger. Mo Salah is the top goal scorer in the Premier League. Arguably, his main position is a right winger. Mane, left winger. It's apart from Harry Kane. You very rarely, you don't get your Shearers, your Andy Coles, your Dwight Yorks, your Ruud van Nistelrooys and people like that. You don't really get them anymore. Haaland, maybe next year. Haaland's a different, kettle of fish altogether. Haaland probably is your 20, 30 goal a season striker, which, will change that dynamic. But and to go and get someone like that, of Lewandowski or Benzema, it's upper echelons of players. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes the league's not suited for a striker. But yeah, Ollie Watkins, I think he'd be really, really good in our team. He suits that work ethic, the link-up play between him, Bowen. He's played with Benrahma before, and that's another thing some people are missing. Him and Benrahma have played together, and that could get the best out of Benny as well, and that may be something that's in his mind. Other players, obviously, Eddie Nketiah. I'd love him at West Ham, I really would. Maybe not my first choice, and I think that might be a slight stumbling block there. Would he be the first choice at West Ham? Maybe not, but it'd be good to have a player like him around. Europa League competition gives us more opportunity to give players, if we get this anywhere near as far as we did this year, that gives a player, what was that? 6 in the 6, 8, 10, nearly 12, 15 games in the Europa League. So Eddie, I definitely wouldn't mind at all. The rumours of like Jonathan David and Darwin Núñez have gone a bit quiet. I think Darwin Núñez will probably, it sounds like he might go to Arsenal. The other one, Josh Brownhill from Burnley, good solid midfielder. Good Mark Noble replacement if you're looking at it that way. I don't think he'd be a starter, but it's back to that conversation of having players on the bench that Moisey can trust to bring on. That's been a problem this whole season about that. Apparently Newcastle are now out of the mix for Lingard. I believe he wants some really serious signing on money and about 160 grand a week. If he's asking for that for West Ham, I do not think we will pay that. I would love him back. I know it's been a year that he hasn't played football, but I did like him as a player, and it's something, you look at some of them games where we couldn't break teams down when they play that deep block against us. Someone like Lingard, he fills in those little positions that we need. Someone we need. We need someone who can do that, who can move with the ball. In terms of teams that may go down, Leeds, Calvin Phillips, it's worth having a bash. It's definitely worth having a bash. It's worth being at the table to put a bid in for him. I think him and Rice would be fantastic. We've seen him play for England together. yeah, it just would give a different dynamic to us. That's my opinions on the stuff today, guys. I'll be back with a Man City preview probably tomorrow or Friday. Yeah, any news that comes, I'll do a video thick and fast for you guys. Thank you for all the people that only a few of you did it, but I appreciate those videos. That's why I put them on my channel for the Mark Noble goodbye video. If you're still open to do that until the end of the season, you know, it's nice. Not that I'm saying Mark Noble watches the video, but it's just nice actually for me. You know, I like you know, hearing your guys' opinions on Mark Noble. Yeah, until next time, guys. Come you Irons. Hopefully it's going to be a big summer. It's a big summer for a lot of clubs though, and that is the problem. World Cup year definitely helps as well. Players want to move, they want to play, so they can get in that World Cup team. So yeah, let's just see. And let's hope an exciting summer is ahead. Let me know what you guys think about everything I've said in this video. Until next time, come you Irons. Keep believing. Let's go.